Welcome to Wisco Radio, another installment of WIAA football, and this will be the fourth now of the season here in Mount Horeb, the last game of the homestand, the three-game homestand, and we have a good one today, folks. It's Portage here in Mount Horeb, a beautiful night. Supposedly supposed to rain later, but it rained earlier, so maybe we'll get lucky and we won't have any rain showers tonight. But Bryce Hopwood, Cade Johnson on the call as usual here at Wisco, and had a great week of Mount Horeb Athletics once again. I mean, what else is new? But, definitely looking forward to this game. Channel 3 News is here to cover part of this one. And we're just going to have a good game here for you, folks, as we get down to kickoff, and we got just about 20 minutes before that. So while we're waiting, we're going to have your pregame show here on Wisco Radio. I'm partnered with Cade Johnson. How are we doing tonight, Cade?
Pretty good. Good matchup here tonight between Mount Horeb and Portage. Of course, last year beating Portage fairly easily at home, but this Portage team coming into this one 1-2, beat Edgewood on a last-second play and hung pretty tough with the third ranked in the Badger North Reedsburg in their last game, losing 20-14.
Yeah, definitely. This Portage team has definitely stayed in at most of these games here this year so far, and they've done a good job at being able to play, for every minute. And they've just come out on the negative side, unfortunately, a couple times. But they do have the win in that game against Edgewood.
Yeah, Portage this year's offense averaging 18 points per game and allowing 28.7 points per game. So their offense is led by quarterback Trent Ballou, who is 50 for 85 with 642 total passing yards and 6 touchdowns. And that's not a bad year by any means for Portage's starting quarterback.
No, he also leads the conference in passing yards, but behind him with 587 is Clint Murray, who is, I believe he's like 60 of 92, so that's a 61% completion percentage. Also has 5 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, but a couple of underthrown balls, and we've had a couple more scores to the already high scores that we've had so far for Mount Horeb. Averaging a ton of points is this Mount Horeb team, scoring 41 in the first game against Milton, and then 30 last week against Stoughton, and even the 17 is a bunch against Fort Atkinson.
Yeah, 29.3 points per game for Mount Horeb Barneveld, and then only allowing 10.7 points per game on the defensive side. Of course, you can always improve on that, but I'm pretty sure Coach Kleppy's got to be happy with allowing under 11 points per game.
Yeah, you're not going to be mad with when you allow that many. And of course, last week kind of let them in right there at the end, but definitely slammed the door in their face. Getting up 30-6, you're okay with giving up a couple yard gains every once in a while, and with a great offense who can run the ball, running at a season-high amount 48 times last week, did Mount Horeb. They're able to chew some clock when they get up and get up often.
Yeah, Brady Gassman, the Vikings' projected starting running back, especially for this game with the injury to Malik Winston, who we've got word that he's out for this one too. But Gassman, 50 carries, 196 yards, and 1 touchdown, in addition to, I believe, 1 receiving touchdown. So this Brady Gassman's been making some plays, especially in that last game when we mentioned in the Viking report that pick 6 really almost sealed the game for the Vikings. Of course, Stoughton Vikings coming back into that one, but it really gave them the lead that they needed to come out victorious in that one.
Yeah, just a great job defensively so far for Mount Horeb in this calendar year, as all the captains are out on the field now for this one. Cam Krantz, Trey Lobby, Mike Holm, and Ben Stousen get set for the coin toss. So we still have a ton of time to go over this pregame and all these statistics. So far, like you mentioned, Brady Gassman doing a heck of a job running the ball so far this year, and somebody who hasn't really been playing all that much of the running back position through his youth. Played a lot of quarterback the last couple of years. Played a little bit of running back. Shouldn't take that away from him. But still, played quarterback last year on JV once. Clint Murray, your now starting varsity quarterback, went down with the injury. And now you have him in at running back after the injury to Winston. And, he's been great. He's not the biggest guy in the world. He's maybe about 6 foot tall and probably about 190, but he still is somewhat of a bowling ball and runs over guys.
Yeah, and the other guy we saw who stepped in against Stoughton was Jackson Rose, and not taking any credit from him as he has only 5 carries but 47 yards, and that's averaging 9.4 yards per carry. Of course, a pretty big receiving threat this year and especially last year too as Rose, and a good target for the Vikings quarterback Clint Murray.
Yeah, he leads the team in receptions with 13. However, is third on the team with 87 yards only. So that's something you don't see very often, is a guy with the most catches on the team and only 100 under 100 yards to show for.
Yeah, of course, Trey Lauby, the senior from Barneville, Wisconsin, also, as you mentioned, only 1 reception less than Rose, but 160 yards for him, and of course that touchdown we saw early in the year.
Yeah, Jackson Rose, despite not being, as involved offensively, despite having the most catches, has returned 2 kickoffs back for 6 points, and both 90-yard kickoff returns for touchdowns. And when a team plays like that, you're just thrilled, especially to have a guy like that on that fake reverse who can just find the open field like that. And he's got what's called the home run speed. He's got the speed that he can break away from just about any defender once he gets into open space, and nobody's really going to catch up to him.
Yeah, looking towards the defense side of the ball now for the Mount Horeb Vikings, as I mentioned, only allowing 10.7 points per game in their last 3 games and 3-0 on the year. But Cam Krantz, the captain of that defense, the outstanding linebacker, has a total of 31 tackles and 5.5 of them being tackles for losses. So you'll hear his name called a lot tonight.
You definitely will. And, Cam Krantz leads the team with 31 tackles, and he's just a ball hawk. He is flying around at every opportunity. That man, I believe, sometimes you think he might be the turf on the field because he seems to just be everywhere with the way he flies around the ball and hustles. And, he's a big threat. He hits hard, too. That's not just him being in the right place at the right time. He's got instincts for where the ball carrier's going, and he comes up and makes big plays. And
of course, his counterpart, inside linebacker Scott Hall, the junior, 19 total tackles and 4.5 tackles for loss. And when you can get constant pressure on your opposing offense, you're able to force turnovers like we saw in the last game, or at the least force tough decisions and making the quarterback make tough plays or wrapping up running backs in the backfield.
Yeah, the whole linebacking core and the whole front 7 really, and you could say all 11 of the defensive players have just been absolutely outstanding as far as that goes for Mount Horeb this year. Mike Holum in there, and then of course in the secondary you have Bama Doyle and Ryan Cradwell doing great jobs, especially on when we had DiBenedetto in here from Stoughton last week. Probably one of the fastest guys. I'd say probably there aren't many people faster than him in the Badger Conference as a whole, north and south. And he just caught the ball. Cradwell didn't get his head turned around right away, and he caught the ball in a few steps and he was gone. So, when you have a guy with that kind of speed, you let him get one during the game, and, that's what he ended up only getting. And that was really a big difference in the game, was Mount Horeb, as much as Stoughton was trying to throw, really kept shutting him down. And, if those numbers for Portage last week. I've been told of some statistics. 35 pass attempts for the quarterback Ballou. 23 of them going to Nolan Paul. He was targeted last week, and he had 15 catches, I believe was the statistic last week. So that's something that's almost unheard of, especially even, whether it's any high school or not even Pee-wee players see that many targets in a game.
In addition to the 4 touchdowns he's had on the year, too.
Yeah, they've been successful offensively. There's no way you can count them out. They're going to come out and play every time you see him. Unfortunately, we missed that coin toss. The hair is looking down at our papers, but I'm assuming if Mount Horeb won that they would like the ball first and get the opportunity to score on the kickoff, as they have so many times so far this year. I believe it's parent night tonight also here at the stadium. So come out and enjoy everything, of course. If you're not here and if you're at home listening, well, just the better, because you're going to hopefully get a nice experience at home and in the comfort of the couch. As we get to about 10 and a half minutes here before kickoff, we have the marching band from Mount Horeb out on the track, and they're going to play a little ditty. So with that, we're going to head to a quick break, hear from our sponsors. This is Wisco Radio. Bryce Hopwood, Kate Johnson. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wisco Radio here in Mount Horeb, Wisconsin. The third game of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings homestand here, going against the Portage Warriors. First Badger North game for Mount Horeb this year. Have played all Badger South opponents to this point, and now we're getting our first taste of Badger North action. We're starting here against Portage, who beat Edgewood earlier this season. They lost last week in their their opener against in the Badger North against Reedsburg by only 6 points, but nonetheless a good Portage team here tonight. Should be passing the ball a lot. It will be a busy night for the secondary, Doyle and Cradwell, Nichols, Cade Nichols, and Travis Classy. And it should be a busy night for the parents. It's parents' night here in Mount Horeb as well.
Yeah, this Portage offense returning 5 starters. They run the pro-style offense, so we'll be seeing quite a bit of everything, I guess you could say, when this offense, as we mentioned, quarterback Trent Ballou, 642 yards on the season and 6 touchdowns. Their running back, Austin Nimiesto, 49 carries for 203 yards and 1 touchdown, averaging 4.1 yards per carry.
The should be a nice battle of Portage trying to go probably strong side most of the night. We'll probably have a tight end in that pro set like last week, Stoughton, how they were often in the I formation, and then they would from there have a fullback and running back behind and maybe a receiver or 2 out wide, maybe 3 depending on the formation if there was the lone running back, or depending as well if they ended up going with 3 receivers and maybe in the shotgun in that pro style set that's often so run. So it's 2 weeks in a row. Last week should be interesting to see if Mount Horeb comes back with the 2-back spread as well. Having 2 backs instead of just your normal 1 that we usually see from Mount Horeb. Had Scott Hall as the other back at times.
Yeah, Scott Hall getting a few carries in, and you saw Rose back there, Steinhoff, and Gassman. So I believe 5 different Vikings, 6 if you count the quarterback Clint Murray, have carried the ball this year.
Yeah, the ball likes to be spread around here as we're getting to your national anthem here on the field. Going to be played by the Mount Horeb Band as well. Here as we count down to kick off, just a few minutes left. A little more cloudy than it was a few minutes ago. And now we're awaiting. There will be a moment of silence tonight as well for Tyler Oymon, who passed away earlier this week as well. Played for Mount Horeb Barneveld, a sad thing to hear. Never want to hear about something like that from somebody who's so young, so I believe they're trying to get everything figured out here at the PA system and get everybody ready to play the national anthem down there on the field on the band. There will be a moment of silence before the kickoff as well, so we'll keep you updated on that so you can join us and everybody. Looks like maybe somebody has a malfunction on the field with their equipment. However, the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings is going to come out right now, out of the shed in the corner on the what would be north end of the stadium. And now they run out with the hashtag Viking Strong poster. Now they come to run through the band towards midfield. Mount Horeb fight song being played as well. Everybody getting excited for this one. Portage standing on their sideline. White jerseys, black pants. Mount Horeb at midfield. White helmets, red jerseys, white pants. Coach is coming over as well. Also all the parents. And I believe now will be the national anthem. Hopefully. We never get a program to what the schedule is here, so we have to just calls it as we sees it.
Yeah, almost like your play-by-play for the pregame.
Yeah, something like that. A little play-by-play before, this is my practice. But it looks like everybody's lining up, and we'll have the national anthem before we have the moment of silence. And now we are going to actually do the moment of silence for Tyler Oimone. Was a part of the Air Force, graduated here in 2013, played football, played nose tackle. And in honor of him, we are going to do a moment of silence also here on Wisco Radio.
These 21 balloons are to recognize and honor Tyler's 21 years on this earth.
Thank you very much, folks. And now they're releasing 21 balloons into the air for every year that Tyler was alive. So a very solemn moment here before the game, before all the excitement gets going, and we have the national anthem from the Mount Horeb Band. Beautiful rendition here of the national anthem, and when we come back, we will have your kickoff. This is Wisco Radio. Bryce Hopwood, Kay Johnson on the call tonight. Here's a quick word from our sponsors. We are getting set here for kickoff. There are 12 minutes on the scoreboard as Portage lines up to get their kickoff here. Everybody's lined up and almost ready to go, just waiting on the officials now. Mount Horeb Barneveld will receive this kick. As now we get ready to go, Jackson Rose back to receive with Travis Classy. And here we go. This one squibbed down the middle. Went past Steinhoff at the goal line. Excuse me, that was Steinhoff with Rose, not Classy. He got out to the 15 before he was stopped, and that's where Mount Horeb will take over possession. Everybody on the sideline ready to get in the huddle here as it gets a little more cloudy, so hopefully we won't rain on these parents on parent night. Channel 3 almost in the huddle there with the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings as they come onto the field now. White helmets, red jerseys, white pants. Mount Horeb looking to make a statement here early, hopefully. Let's see, they started out with two receivers to the left, one to the right. Tight end is Mitch Ryan on the right side. And two backs in the backfield. They'll start that way again. Clint Murray can't get anybody to jump. Gassman goes in motion. And Murray takes a snap. Looks left, looks right, goes over the middle. Intended for Krubal. He has it at the 40. He's at the 45-50, makes a move, tries to shed the tackler, can't, but gets across Portage territory down to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, that's something we've seen in the last few games. Krubal with a great hands, the junior receiver, and shows it right there.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And the single back is Rose on the left side of Murray in the gun. He'll hand it off to Rose as he, oh no, he kept it. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe got 1 second and 9 for Mount Horeb now. Mount Horeb looking to get a score early here and get their defense out on the field. Usually you don't hear that often, that you want to get your defense out on the field first. As this handoff does go to Rose. He's at the 40 as he gets a block. He's at the 35-30. Kept his toes in bounds. Got across the 25. Down to the 23.
Jackson Rose, the ball carrier.
Yeah, Rose showing off his explosiveness that we've seen on 2 kick return touchdowns already so far this year.
Actually, there looks to be a hold on the play. So that'll bring everything back now. Depending on the spot, this could take them back a while and be second and long. They're going to bring it back to the 50-yard line on the near hash. So now it'll be second and 15. Second and 15 for your Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings as they get started here against Portage. And this handoff goes to Gassman up the middle. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage for 5 yards, third and long.
Yeah, look for the Vikings to air it out here, and if not, maybe a draw play to Gassman or Rose.
We'll see here as all the skill players are looking for the play on the sideline. 3 receivers to the right. 1 on the left is tight end, and Mitch Ryan on the right side of Murray is Gassman. Murray drops back, looks right, now rolls right, has to step up in the pocket. He'll take it himself. He's got 1 man to beat. He's at the 40. A stiff arm gets out of the bounds at the 35, where he'll have easily enough down to the 33 for the first down.
Yeah, Murray showing off his athleticism there, able to make the play for himself, pressure coming at him, and no one open, just take it himself for the first down.
Great play by Murray there, as he showed his running capabilities at times. So that's something you like to see every once in a while. 2 receivers to the right, 1 on the left. Mitch Ryan, the tight end, offset back off the line. Now on the right side. Now Gassman switches to the left side of Murray in the gun. Murray hands off. Gassman has a hole, gets to the 30, down to about the 28 for about 6 yards. Second and 4. That was Yasko with the tackle. Mount Horeb getting an early start to the ground and pound here. Tight end is Mitch Ryan on the left side. 3 receivers on the right. Murray drops back. He now rolls to his right after feeling some pressure. Continues to roll. Fakes the pass now. Gets upfield. Spins out of bounds. Gets about 2 or 3. He's going to be third and short. Third and about 2. Third down here for your Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings.
Yeah, already 6 plays for 60 yards after not starting in too good field position here, but knocking on the door right here.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. This handoff goes to Gassman. He sheds the defender at the 20, gets ripped down. On the stop there for Portage. That was number 3 for them. Grant Garrigan, the junior, stands at 6 foot 165. 2 receivers on the left now after the first down. Mitch Ryan, the tight end, on the left side. Receiver on the right, Gassman on the right side of Murray. Murray, hands off. He gets up to the 15, maybe down to the 14. He'll get 5 more. And that'll be a second and 5 for Mount Horeb. Moving the ball quickly at a nice up-tempo pace. Two receivers to the left, one in the right. Murray hands off to Gassman. Maybe got one. Could have gotten back to the... Yep, they'll give him one. That's where he's taken down.
Yeah, Gassman on the night, 5 carries, 21 yards here early, and only on the first drive averaging 4 yards per carry.
Three receivers on the left now, Lobby, Rose, and Crewbaugh. Tight end on the right side. Gassman on the left side of Murray. Murray fakes the handoff, goes with the slant route in and out of the hands of Jackson Rose, partially broken up by Dale Shepard Jr., a freshman who stands at 5'8", 180, and now it's 4th and 5.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be about a 31-yarder if Portage were to attempt it. And
he's going to stay off the field. Mount Horeb will go for it. Off comes Crewbaugh. In goes Mike Holum. It's a 4th and 5 at the 14-yard line. Interesting to see here. Two receivers to the left, two tight ends on the right side. Murray in the gun with Gassman on his right. Murray with the pop pass over the middle. That's Mitch Ryan, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, Mount Horeb. That's 6 points. And that's an early start for Mount Horeb. 8:22 left here in the first quarter, and a great start for Mount Horeb.
yeah, a little bit of a gutsy call here early in the game on 4th and 5. Had a makeable field goal, but Coach Kleppe elected to go for it, and it pans out.
Yep, the pop pass right over the middle to Mitch Ryan. He gets in for the score for his first touchdown on the season. Pertusati on now to kick the extra point. After much snap, the hold, and it'll be good. After much debate on the pronunciation of his name, it is Pertusati. It's got a little bit of something in it, you know. 7-0 the score. Mount Horeb leads early here. 8:22 left in this first quarter. Now Mount Horeb will kick it away to the Portage Warriors, and leading quarterback in terms of yards, Trent Ballou for Portage. And I should mention that's in the Badger North.
Yeah, this Portage offense better this year than we see past years. Coach Sean Stout said at the beginning of the season their main focus of improvement this year is their running game, and as we mentioned in the pregame, running back Austin Niemiesto, 49 carries, 203 yards, averaging 4.1 yards per carry. So hopefully this front seven can make some stops here to start off the game.
Pertusati has the ball at the 40. His left foot will be the one giving it off to Portage here with 8:22 in this one here in the first quarter. Pertusati takes his steps back as Mount Horeb fans out, getting ready for the start of this one. 8:22 remains here. And this one's away. This one's caught at the 5, actually dropped now. Almost reaches the end zone, doesn't. Trying to make a move and does at the 10. Now being wrapped up by Brady Gassman at the 13. That's Eric Isaacson. The junior stands at 6'1", 165.
Yeah, once again, Mount Horeb Barneveld special teams making a difference here early in this one. That's a theme we've seen so far here through these first 3 games.
Portage on here, and that's where they'll start. Ball is at the 10-yard line. Mount Horeb's defense out here. Portage comes out with one receiver on the right and one tight end on either side, and a fullback and the running back. Ballou hands off up the middle. I think he was stopped at the line. Don't know who got the initial push. Looked like just about everybody on that defensive line. Cade Serwanka seemed to be in there. And Hunter Preddy and Gage Schultz, the junior, who's actually back this week. He missed last week, and now he's here tonight. Come out in the same set with the receiver on the left side this time, and they'll stack 2 tight ends on the right side. They'll toss this one to the left. He'll be taken down. That's Scott Hall. Ben Madoyle getting in on that tackle. A loss of 1 maybe. And it's quickly a 3rd and long for Portage. 7:20 remains in this one. In this first quarter early. And now Portage getting some subs on the field here. With the receiver on the left. Tight end on either side. A fullback in a wing T formation. Gives it around the left side. He's at the 15, the 20. That's where he's cut down by Doyle. About the 16-yard line. That's a gain of about 5. It'll be 4th and 5. Fourth and 5 for Portage. Quickly giving it back to Mount Horeb here. Jackson Rose, the one back to receive this kick at the 50-yard line is where he stands. And on to punt for Portage. That's number 12, Nolan Paul, the junior, stands at 6'3", 180 pounds. This snap goes way up over his head. This one's in the end zone. Falling on top of Paul, who fell onto the ball, is Mike Holum, and that'll be a 2-run home run for the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings and 2 points.
Mike Holum, second play on the muff snap on a punt. Last one ending up in a touchdown. This one safety, and the Vikings will get the ball back.
Yeah, Paul got a lucky break there. He was able to jump on the ball with 6:10 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it looked to be a little bit of a high snap, unable to control it, and ends up in Paul's hands, but he's down in his own end zone.
So now they'll have to punt it away. Will not be a normal kickoff. Mount Horeb deciding how they'll line up here. Everybody getting a quick second to get everything done here. Even us, we're always doing stuff here up at Wisco. Without Peyton Lightfoot tonight, good luck to him. They're up in with the soccer team. He is with the soccer team in Wisconsin Dells tonight. That's where they're playing. So it should be a good opportunity for them, and it should be a good time as well.
Good opportunity for your Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings here. Portage having to punt from their own 20. Kickoff.
Quick kickoff. Normally it's a punt as this one gets bounced at the 20. This one's taken by Classy. Hands it off to Rose this time. He's up through the 45 to 50, 45 fit. Across down to the 40. There is a flag on the play, however.
Looked to be a hold or blocking the back on the Vikings.
This one will come back after a great return. And we'll see. It is a hold. Well, the flag was at the 40, so it'll be 10 yards from there. So at Mount Horeb's own 30 is where they'll take over 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. 3 receivers to the left, 1 on the right. In the gun is Clint Murray with Brady Gassman. Now they'll have a uniform timeout quick.
Like they're fixing Gassman's shoulder pad.
Could be. And now everybody is set to play here. Murray drops back, goes right. That's Gassman with the reception. He gets tripped up at about the 36, kept his feet up until he got to about the 41-yard line, where that'll be an 11-yard catch and a 1st down.
Yeah, there's that wheel route we saw quite a bit this year and all of last year.
3 receivers to the left, 1 on the right. They'll go to the same formation. Gassman on the right side of Murray. Murray drops back, looks left, now goes right after he feels pressure. Goes back to his left, gets a block, That takes out 2 Portage defenders. Now a flag is down. Murray throws it up for grabs. Going up and now dropped is Portage. Now a flag is on the play.
Call it an interception.
They'll call it an interception. I don't know how you can tell that it was caught there at that angle. And there's a flag after a very legal block. Unfortunately, there takes out 2 Portage players.
Interesting decision there by Murray just to throw it up like that. He could have been attempting to throw it away, but pocket was collapsing on him, and he tried to escape away, but we'll see what this flag is.
It's going to be a personal foul, I believe, on Mount Horeb. They'll be declined. Result of the penalty is Portage ball. I think that one slipped out of Murray's hand. I don't think he would have tried to throw that one as high as he did and is up for grabs because he does have such a strong arm. But now 2 receivers are on the left, and a tight end is on the right side with Ballou under center and fullback and running back behind him. Ballou rolls to his left, gets one off here that's caught and tackled right away. Doyle. That is Grant Garrigan for about 9 yards, second and short. Gain of 9 on the play brings up second and 1. 5:21 left here in this first period. 9-0 the score here. One receiver on the left, one on the right. And Ballou rolls right, now going deep for Paul. That one, or excuse me, Garrigan, incomplete over his head.
Yards or what?
And now it's 3rd and 1. Cradwell on the coverage there. Did a nice job at blanketing Garrigan there. Now it's 3rd and short for Portage. Third and short. Ballou comes in with the play from the sideline. Receiver on the right, receiver on the left. Tight end on the right side. The fullback behind Ballou and running back behind him. They'll try to go with a dive play up the middle. And he'll be stopped. Krantz on the tackle there. Looks like Gassman and Nichols were there too. It'll be a loss of 1. 4th and 2 on to punt is Portage.
No gain on the play brings up 4th and 1.
Portage not electing to go for it here. Ball's at the 48-yard line, their own. Don't want to give up that good a field position. Try and pin Mount Horeb back. On to take this one looks to be Travis Classy at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Vikings hoping for the same result as the last Portage punt attempt.
Snap is off. This one's handled. This one end over end drops at about the 20-yard line. And that's where Classy will take it at the 10, the 15, the 25. Gets up to the 28-yard line. And that's where it'll be a Mount Horeb first down. A flag, though, across the field, and we'll have to see what this ends up being. Looks like it might be an illegal block in the back. Officials trying to confer here, though, and decide everything. It's going to be a personal foul on Mount Horeb. Illegal hands to the face. That's that's a penalty in its own right. I don't believe that's a personal foul. Interesting call there. So Mount Horeb now backed up to its own 15. 2 receivers to the right, 1 on the left. Tight end on the left side, and Gassman, the running back, on the right side of Murray. Murray takes the snap, gives this one off to Gassman up the middle. He'll get a couple yards before being stopped short. 2nd and about 8. 9-0 still your score here after Mount Horeb scoring on their first possession and then getting the safety on the mishandled snap.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Alone is Rose. Offset on the tight end is Mitch Ryan. Murray goes with the screen pass to Crewball, caught at the 15, sheds a tackle at the 20, gets up near the 25, closer to the 24, where it'll be 3rd and short.
Another play we've seen a bit this year. Worked in the last couple of home games to bubble screen to Tyler Crewball and generally able to make a few guys miss.
Three receivers to the right, one to the left as the man drops across the line offside. That's 55 Jacob Castenholz, the senior, 6'2", 222 pounds.
Offsides against the Warriors.
So an automatic first down after the 5-yard penalty on the 3rd and short. Ball is at the 29, 1st and 10, Mount Horeb. Two receivers on the right, one in the left. Gassman in the backfield with Murray. Murray takes the snap, fakes the handoff, takes himself up across the 30, gets to the 33 before he's taken down.
Ball came out, but looked like he was already down before that, so Vikings will maintain possession.
That's going to be a gain of about 5, as now the referees are going to confer here and maybe say it was recovered by Portage. Hopefully they don't make that call here. You can't go to replay, and it seemed like he was down and rolled onto his back, and that's when it was stripped.
It looked like they already spotted the ball, too. It's way after the fact they decided to confer, but be pretty tough to overturn this one. He looked like he was clearly down before the ball popped out.
It's going to be 2nd down. They're going to say it is Mount Horeb ball. So after a gain of about 4, it will be 2nd and 6. Two receivers to the right, one in the left. Tight end on the right side and Gassman on the left side of Murray in the gun. Officials trying to blow this ball in here. And Murray hands off to Gassman. He's across the 35, tries to shake a defender. He's got the first down, gets to the 39. Actually, it's going to be a little closer. And they will move the chains as they mark it at the 40. A gain of about 7 and a first down. Mount Horeb getting the play from the sideline. And two receivers on the left and one on the right. Ryan, the tight end, right side. Murray goes left. Has Trey Lobby with the one-handed catch. Shakes a defender at the 50. That man sticks his paw out there and grabs one. Heck of a play there.
Yeah, we've seen a few nice catches from these receivers already. Tyler Crewbot going up and getting one, and Trey Lobby here picking up the first down.
1st and 10, a gain of about 16 there. And now there's a tight end on the right side and goes back to Lobby, who gets hit as he catches it, holds on. That's Grant Garrigan. Called his name a few times already with a catch and a couple tackles. That's going to be a 5-yard reception, 2nd and 5. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Murray in the gun as per usual. Murray goes left. Has Lobby, tries to shake the defender, can't. Might have enough for the first. They'll mark him at the Portage 34-yard line, or it's 3rd and short, closer to 1.
Last completion puts Murray 3 yards shy of 100 here early in this game.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left. This one goes to Gassman. He's at the 30. Tries to shake the defender, does. He's at the 20, shakes another. 15 gets down to the 13-yard line. First down for Brady Gassman. Heck of a run there. Looked to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. But kept his legs moving, shook a defender, shook a second. And now we are at the 13-yard line of Portage. Two receivers to the right, one on the left. Murray keeps this one himself. Gives a stiff arm. He's at the 15, the 10, at the 5. He's going to reach out. He's going to be in for the score. Touchdown, Mount Horeb. Clint Murray with another rushing touchdown. Believe that's his third on the year. And now Mount Horeb has extended the lead to 15-0, pending the extra point. Pertusati on here now. Now that we know we have to give it a little oomph, we're going to have to do that every time. The left foot looking to put this one through the uprights again. He's only missed one all year. He's looked good for a freshman kicker. Snap, hold, up. And that one's right through the uprights. With all that being said, the score is 16-0 with 1:05 left here in the first quarter. Wisco Radio will be right back. Welcome back to Wisco Radio here in Mount Horeb. It's starting to get a little chilly, a little cloudy as well. But the lights are coming on here, Friday night lights. And Pertusati is awaiting the officials to mark this one in, and there they go. Back to receive this one from Portage is Garrigan and Isaacson. Pertusati takes his steps back. And he's set to go for this one. And it's away. Another beautiful bomb there. This one's taken at the 5. Up to the 20. And trying to shed tackles and trying to dance around was Isaacson. That's where it'll be 1st and 10 for Portage. 16-0 the score. See a couple plays before the end of the quarter with 58 seconds remaining. And the ball on Mount Horeb's 21-yard line. Receiver on the left. Tight ends on, they'll go 2 receivers on the left, tight end on the right side, and Blue drops back to pass. That one was intended for the running back. Being hit was Nemesto, Austin Nemesto, the senior running back, 5'11", 160 pounds. 2nd and 10 now. So that one drops incomplete. 54 seconds remaining in this first period. And a 2nd and 10 for Portage. Parents' night here in Mount Horeb. Beautiful night for it. A little chilly, a little cloudy, chance of rain, but we'll live with it. Receiver on the left, 2 tight ends on the right side, a fullback, and Nemesto behind Blue. This one goes to Nemesto. He gets hit hard. None other than Cam Krantz on that stop up the middle. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Krantz, we mentioned in the pregame, through 3 games, 3 before this, 5.5 tackles for loss, and I can't remember the total tackle, but he's leading the team pretty easily.
31 total tackles coming into tonight, and averaging 10 tackles a game. The guy is just flying around, doing everything he can for this team. Blue drops back to pass on this 3rd and 10. That one is completed, and slipping down at the 32-yard line for a 12-yard completion. That was Eric Isaacson. Beat Doyle on the coverage. Looked like they were in a zone there. But 1st and 10 for Portage. Portage subbing. Seems like before every play here. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Now Portage will be on the gun. Blue takes it, hands it off to Nemesto, and stopped in the backfield. The ball was out. Now there's a flag down where the tackle was made.
Shepard, the ball carrier.
Dale Shepard Jr., the freshman, the carry there. What is the call here? Let's see here. It's a personal foul, face mask. And depending on what the call is here, didn't seem like he got much of the face mask, but we can't see where the fingers necessarily are on any of the guys. This one gets moved up from the spot of the foul to the 43-yard line, where it'll be about a 2nd and 2. Receiver on the right, receiver on the left. Tight end on either side as well. In the gun again is Blue. Blue takes a snap, looks right, pumps, now goes right over the middle, and it's knocked down. Cade Nichols knocking that one down. And that's going to be the quarter. After one, Mount Horeb leads Portage 16-0. After we hear from our sponsors, we'll have the second quarter. This is Wisco Radio. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wisco Radio here, getting it to the start of the second quarter. Everybody on the field here, getting set for the start of this one, 2nd and 1 after the incompletion. Mount Horeb with the 16 after the safety. Earlier, after the mishandled snap, Mike Holm falling on the punter, Nolan Paul, after he missed the snap and got 2 points out of the deal. So Clint Murray rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown for Mitch Ryan are the 2 scores for Mount Horeb besides the safety. Receiver on the right, receiver on the left. They'll go with the split back and wrapped up on the carry by Cam Krantz. That was number 25. Justin Sankey, the junior, 6'1", 195. 3rd and 1. In comes Blue. And Portage is going to need this one if they want to get any sort of momentum going.
Yeah, had it 1st and 1 and unable to get any gain and
there's a
first
run,
down. So
yeah, after a first down option, when they run the ball, then they go. Stopped there by none other than Cam Krantz. And it's going to be 4th and short, and they're going to have to boot this one away. So no gain. They got a 1st and 1 there. Portage unable to get any momentum there by getting the first down. Back to boot this one away is Nolan Paul. Back to receive is Classy, standing at his own 23-yard line. Paul gets a good snap this time and gets it away end over end. Drops at the 26, and that's where Classy will take it. He gets at the 25, tries to make a move, puts his head down at the 30. My goodness. Tried to run right over the smaller Dylan Golke, the 5'9", 140-pound junior. Bowled him over, but Golke just got enough of him to bring him down. Mount Horeb's offense coming back out here, looking to score another one and keep it going here.
Yeah, their drive so far started off the game with a touchdown through that interception, which just seemed to slip out of Murray's hands, and then 11-play, 85-yard touchdown on their last drive.
Steinhoff comes on the jet sweep there, gets across the 40. Going to be close to a first down there. Looks like they'll give him not quite enough, or it'll be second and about a yard. Felt like when he tried to jump through the defender's arms after there was a man on the turf, he got across, but he did not. 3 receivers to the left, 1 on the right. Murray can't get the defensive line of Portage to jump. And now Gassman is on the left side of Murray. Murray hands this one off up the middle. He spun off of the defender. The original man there was 85 Gabe D'Asto. And Gassman is marked just short back to the line of scrimmage, where it'll be third and real short.
Vikings are 3 of 4 on third down conversions on the night, so another chance of picking up another one here.
3 receivers to the left, 1 on the right. Murray going to take this one from under center and quarterback sneak it, and he has definitely enough, 2 yards. And that's where the ball will be placed, is at the 42 for Mount Horeb, first down. Another conversion there for Mount Horeb, where it's first and 10. Now they'll have Steinhoff on the left side as a receiver with Lobby, and on the right side, Krubaugh and Rose. Stacked up behind each other on both sides. Mitch Ryan, the tight end on the right side. Murray drops back, looks, goes to Krubaugh, threw it a little ahead of him on what was supposed to be a screen pass. Couldn't quite get to it. Krubaugh was waiting for it to get into his hands there, and unfortunately was just a little bit out ahead of him. Second and 10 now for Mount Horeb, with 2 receivers, 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and 2 tight ends on the left and 1 on the right. This one goes to Gassman up the middle. He was stacked up and dropped at the line of scrimmage. On that one was Golke. Also there was Jacob Kastenholtz, the senior. So now it's 3rd and 10. And Murray will be most likely looking to pass here. Everybody trying to get set up here. Maybe not enjoying the call. Maybe don't agree, or maybe they just can't get it across here. Now it looks like they're all set. Tight ends on the left and right.
Yeah, got to be close to delay game here.
And that's what it's going to be, unless Coach Kleppe did, in fact, get a chance to take a timeout. So with 8:19 left here in the second quarter, this is Wisco Radio. Here's a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Wisco Radio here. 3rd and 10 after Mount Horeb couldn't quite get the play from the sideline there. And now they're waiting to get back onto the field here and try and run this 3rd down play. Everybody getting set out here now. Portage is out with them. And we'll have 3 receivers, 2 receivers on the right, 2 tight ends on the right side as well. Gassman on the right side of Murray. Murray fakes the handoff, now rolls to his right, gets some pressure right away, stops, now rolls back to his left. He's going across the field. He's going to keep it. He's at the 45, he's at the 50, gets out of bounds at the Portage 45, where Clint Murray uses his athleticism. There's an odd pronunciation there. Uses his athleticism to get the first down there.
Yeah, Murray, seen a lot of it tonight. When no plays or nothing's open, he's able to use his athleticism, get out of the pocket, and get a first down.
8:07 left in this one. Sorry to cut you off there, Kate. My bad. 2 receivers on the right. 2 tight ends on the right side as well. Gassman on the left side of Murray. Takes a snap. Gives this one off to Gassman. Gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Now makes a move. He's at the 40. He's at the 35-30. Gets tripped up at the 25. Down across. Gets to about the 24 where he's taken down for a first down. A gain of about 20 there. And a Mount Horeb first down.
Ball spotted at the 23-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Vikings.
After that carry, Gassman, unofficial 72 yards and rushing and 10 yards receiving. So another big night from the junior.
Gives it off to him again. He hurdles a man. What a play. But he gets taken down after that. After he came down, heck of a play there from Gassman. Just went whoop right over him. 2nd and 5. 2 receivers to the left. Mike Holm, the tight end on the right side. Mitch Ryan, the tight end on the left side. Murray in the gun with Gassman to his left. Murray takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself and gets wrapped up. Sticking with it there. Nice play from Portage's Justin Sankey, the junior.
Yeah, Sankey, one of Portage's running backs on offense, not fooled by the read option there.
Almost was, but held his ground and just wrapped up Murray. 2 receivers to the left. Same setup except Gassman on the right side of Murray this time. Murray goes with the pop pass over the middle to Holm, and that's where the flag will come. Looked like that was Eric Isaacson who got there early, the safety.
Yeah, Holm got popped before he even had a chance to make on play on the ball at all and looking for the flag immediately.
Got popped on the pop pass there. And this should be an automatic first down for Mount Horeb. And it should be near the 5-yard line, depending on what the referees have here. They're actually going to get up to the 10-yard line. It's going to be half the distance to the goal.
The penalty moves the ball to the 10-yard line.
Now they'll come in the same setup, except the receivers are on the right. And Gassman's on the left side of Murray. Holm still in at tight end. Murray drops back, goes left. He has Gassman wide open, over his head, incomplete. That would have been another 6 for Mount Horeb, but now we have 2nd and 10 instead. Not sure there's a such thing as a first down here.
Yeah, it'd be almost inches on the away from the goal line here.
2 receivers to the left. Gives this one off to Gassman. Shakes a man, gets down across the 5, down to the 3-yard line where it'll be 3rd and goal. At about the 4.
This Vikings offense, 8 rushing first downs, 4 passing first downs, and a total of 139 rushing yards.
This one is kept by Murray. He stiffs arms the other quarterback. Ballou dives in for the score. Touchdown, Mount Horeb. Hard to see on that way across the field there, but Murray kept it. Looked like he gave it off to Gassman. Sometimes you just don't know who he's giving it to or if he's calling his own number. Got around the outside. Receiver Jackson Rose did a great job of holding up and setting somewhat of a pick rather than get a back in the block penalty there. Murray dived, reached for the pylon, and got another touchdown, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night.
4th on the year.
Pertusati, it's up, and I believe that one is good. The score now reads 23-0, 6:22 left here in the 2nd quarter. Welcome back to Wisco Radio. Everybody getting figured out here. Coach Kleppe starting 3-0 here. Now trying to add to that to his early tenure here in Mount Horeb. Sits at 23-0 here with about 6 minutes left, 6.5 minutes left here in the first half of his 4th game. Mount Horeb's offense looking really efficient for the most part here tonight. Kate, any statistical updates?
You know, you mentioned their offense. Unofficial 240 yards on offense. Of course, I just mentioned 144 of them coming from rushing and 97 passing, and their third down efficiency 6 to 7 compared to Portage's 1 to 3. And that's one spot you always want to be up on your opponent is your third down efficiency.
Definitely. Versati, the Sebastian Janikowski-esque kicker with the left boot, gets this one down. That's going to be Paul at the 5. He's across the 10, the 15, breaking down to Steinhoff, and wrapping him up at the 22 is Steinhoff. And that's where Nolan Paul, the junior, will be taken down, and Portage will start this drive. Ballou, the quarterback, on to go here in this one, and I believe, depending on if Murray can outthrow Ballou in this game, I believe it's by about 40 yards. He would take the lead, depending on if somebody else has a major nice night.
Yeah, he's got him by about 80 right now, so
that would put Murray in the lead for the conference yards total as quarterbacks, which has been often dominated the last couple of years by Max Myler. He's definitely been in the 1-2, and also in the rushing. He's been up there. 2nd and 7 after a gain of 3. They give to Sankey there. And now Ballou brings the play in here from the sideline. Huddling up. Don't see that very often anymore. You see the spread offense, everybody going in the no huddle with a receiver to the right and left, a tight end on the right side. This handoff goes up the middle. That's 34, Dale Shepard, the freshman.
Looked like Scott Hall was the one that brought him down there.
Scott Hall, another one of those linebackers with great instincts, and got him at the line of scrimmage. The ball is at the 25, Portage's own 25, where it'll be 3rd and 7. Portage needs something here to get even any slight bit of momentum here. Receiver on the right, receiver on the left, tight end on the right side, a split back. Ballou drops back to pass, goes right, that one's incomplete. That one landed at the feet of Justin Sankey. 4th and 7 now. And now Classy is back for this one. Paul looking to get this one here. They're going to need another man. And now they're set to get rid of this one. Now they're going to stack the line there, taking a while to get this punt away. As Paul, he gets a low snap and gets it away just barely as it was almost blocked. Classy takes this one at his own 45, makes a move at the 50, goes back across the left field. He goes at the 45-40, tries to cut upfield. He's at the 35, gets wrapped up down towards the 32. That's going to be about a 25-yard return for that Mount Horeb team, and puts them in great field position as the ball is officially placed at the 32-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, Mount Horeb.
Yeah, only about 7 yards from where the ball was punted, so good field position to start this drive.
Murray looking to come out, maybe run another one in, maybe throw one in. Who knows? He's got a lot of weapons at his disposal. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Murray in the gun, takes it, drops back. It's a screen play. This one goes to Gassman. He's at the 30, the 25-20. He's at the 15, tries to get around Ballou, the other quarterback. He's wrapped up by, that was Ballou and Eric Isaacson, but not after a huge gain there. Mount Horeb 1st down. They'll get the spot at the 12, where it'll be 1st and 10, Mount Horeb. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Tight end on the left side. Murray in the gun with Gasson to his left. Murray gives this one off. It's a reverse. This one's to Rose. He cuts up the middle. He's going to be in for the score, but a flag is down.
Jackson Rose on the reverse. Flag on the play.
Depends on the flag here.
Yeah, when those sweep plays like that, that's usually when you might get holding call here on the offense.
And that's what it will be. It was beautifully run, actually. Murray with the give to Gassman. Gassman was almost taken down, but he flipped it. Got it off to Rose, who ran it in for the score. It will be a hold. And now Mount Horeb is going to have to back up. Ball is placed at the 16-yard line, where it'll be a 1st and 14. Now Mike Holm looks like he's going to run onto the field in the next play here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gassman on the right side of Murray. Murray goes over the middle again. That's Mitch Ryan putting his shoulder down, still going. Gets down to the 3-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and goal opportunity there. Mitch Ryan almost had a 2nd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, just coming up a yard or 2 short, but similar play to the one we saw early here on the other side.
Going with the pop pass, just a quick fake to the running back Gassman, and then right over the middle to Mitch Ryan, who finds a seam in the defense there.
And when you're a 6'7" target like Mitch Ryan, there's a big target out there for his quarterback, Clint Murray, to throw to.
You will also be hearing Mitch Ryan's name during the basketball season as well when we cover those games. 3 receivers to the right, tight end on the left side is Mitch Ryan, Murray, and Gassman. Murray does a great job at selling that one, gets around the corner, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Mount Horeb. Clint Murray, another rushing touchdown, his 3rd of the night.
Yeah, 55 yards and 3 touchdowns. So Murray, 4 total touchdowns, and we're not even halfway through this one.
29-0 with 4 minutes exactly left here in the second quarter. Left here in the first half. And Portage on to make this one 30. He's up, and he's got it right through. 30-0 the score, 3:30 left here in this first half. This is Wisco Radio. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wisco Radio here. 30-0 is the score here in the first half. 3:30 remaining in this one. We're going to try and get some updates here, maybe on scores around the conference. And now as we look, fortunately, the Brewers up 3-0 here. Scooter Jeanette has hit a 2-run home run. I know we all care because
yeah, I didn't know the Brewers were in the Badger North, Hoppy.
The Brewers are in the NL Central, so it's like kind of the North, but not necessarily. But however, you know, hey, we can all have hopes and dreams with our team as Persati gets this one away. Paul's going to let this one bounce and be a touchback. He wanted no part of that one, it seemed like. And so Portage will take this one out at the 20-yard line. I can't find anything as far as tweeting around the conference goes, so.
Yeah, I'll see what we got here in a second. But
yeah,
some interesting matchups going on in the conference tonight.
Unfortunately, we don't have people to do this like Billy Schroeder and Brian Anderson. We don't have people to do it for us and find out scores. We have to kind of do it ourselves, which is a little unfortunate. Maybe we should hire those guys. Right now at halftime, we have Stoughton in the Badger South matchup up 9-3.
I got a Wanakee 14, Reedsburg nothing through 1.
As that is Sankey on the carry. He'll get about 4, taking down by Cradwell. 2nd and about 6. Let's see, Milton is playing Sauk Prairie in the North-South Cross in the second quarter. Sauk leads 14-7. Sauk looking for their first win of the year. ESPN Madison, it's a handy thing. We've done a couple games side by side with them. And always something handy. If you don't have it as well and you're interested in a certain game, go ahead and follow them on Twitter. As Ballou gets rushed, he'll roll to his right. He'll get taken down. Gassman and Cam Krantz on the stop there. A loss of about 10. 8 or 10 there. And Coach Ryan Kleppe calls a timeout. Now with 3:11 here left in the first half, we're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors. Welcome back here to Mount Horeb, Wisconsin. It's a little chilly. Hopefully the rain holds off here. It sounded like it was going to happen towards midnight, but we actually got some around 3 o'clock this afternoon. But it seems to have dried up, and it seems like all is a go here as this third and about 16 is going to be played here. Portage possession.
Yeah, that Wanakee Reedsburg is actually 14-0 at halftime, so Reedsburg sticking with the top-ranked Warriors here.
Ballou tries to get away from Cam Krantz there, and he can't. Cam Krantz, as Coach Kleppe takes another timeout here, and we'll have fourth and really long, maybe trying to score here before the half is out. So with that, we're going to take another quick break. Here's a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Wisco Radio here. On the clock is 3:03. Mount Horeb leads 30-0. A lot of 3s and 0s up there on the board. Speaking of 3-0, Kate, I know you don't care, but the Brewers up 3-0. Maybe we should have every Friday night the Brewer update because we had one last week too.
You know, I enjoy watching the Brewers, but come on, say we're going to give some Badger North conference scores updates, and then you say the Brewer scores, just making sure you weren't a little bit confused right there.
Oh, I'm quite sane. I'm old, but I'm not that old. As this one bounces, this punt does bounces past Classy, and he trips up at the 46 of Portage, and that's where Mount Horeb will take over this possession. And he'll have 2:55 left, and that's where Clint Murray will take this one and get ready to go here. You know, sometimes you're just too big of a Brewer fan to let it go. You know, even with the playoff race dwindling in the Brewers' favor, they've won about 6 out of the last 7, I believe. And you know, sometimes you just gotta have hope here. 11 games out of the wild card. You know, it's a lot, but what do you do? 3 receivers to the right. As the fake goes here, this one goes to Mitch Ryan. He goes up. He's at the 40. He'll get taken down, dropped right before the 35, closer to the 37, where it'll be a gain of about 8, 2nd and 2.
Mitch Ryan now 3 receptions, 37 yards, and the touchdown towards the beginning of the first quarter.
Yep, in that first possession there for Mount Horeb. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And Murray keeps this one again. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. Sheds a tackle down to the 20. Gets out of bounds. Mount Horeb demoralizing so far. A long run there to Depends on the official spot. Looks like it'll be at about the 18-yard line where Mount Horeb will have this 1st and 10. Murray doing it more with his legs tonight than his arm, really.
Yeah, on pace for 150 yards tonight. Rushing, that is, and he already has 140 passing.
And now Murray rolls to his right, has Mitch Ryan. He's at the 15, makes a move at the 10, puts his head down, gets to about the 12-yard line. And there is a flag on the play here. We'll await this call. Could have been a hold. So hopefully they won't bring it back here. And that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a hold on Mount Horeb, so that should make it a 1st and... Depends here. Now we have the officials conferring. It is going to be a hold on the offense. So this one will move them back a little bit. In fact, 10 yards. It's going to be 1st and 20 with 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Mitch Ryan, the tight end, on the left side. Gassman on the left side of Murray here on 1st down. Murray drops back, looks right. They'll go with the screen pass. This one's to Gassman. He's at the 30, makes a move at the 25. He's at the 20. He's at the 15, gets down to the 10, and almost got a 1st down after all of that. So heck of a play there. A great play call. As off comes Tyler Krubaugh, was one of the receivers, and in comes Mike Holm. They'll actually call him short of the 10, closer to the 13, and so it'll be closer to a 2nd and 5. Gassman, a receiver now on the left side. Holm and Mitch Ryan, tight ends. And Rose goes in motion. Rose now gives it off to Gassman. Gassman looking to throw. He'll throw it up. Mitch Ryan. He's got it! Touchdown, Mount Horeb! Heck of a trick play there. Coach Ryan Clippy has a flag on the field. Folks, another yellow hanky. And I'm assuming this one will negate the touchdown. And they're going to have an illegal man downfield on Mount Horeb, and that'll kill it, folks. Heck of a play there. Heck of a catch from Mitch Ryan. A nice throw from Brady Gassman, and unfortunately, they'll be taken back.
Yeah, Gassman, we mentioned in the pregame, played quarterback throughout most of his high school freshman and sophomore year, and ends up coming into play in this game, but unfortunately brought back.
Yep, a legal man downfield. And now it'll be 2nd down and long. Speaking of Brady Gassman, Mom Lori Gassman helps with the 50-50 raffle here at the stadium. Coming into the booth now, heading to announce the winner at halftime. As there are 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Murray in the gun. Goes left. That one's for Lobby. He gets dropped and drops the ball, where it'll be a 3rd and 15 now. Clock is at 1:18 with this 3rd and 15, so we'll see here if Mount Horeb can get some yards, and if they don't get the 1st down, if they decide to go with the field goal.
Yeah, about a 39-yarder from right here, so maybe make it a little bit more manageable for Pertasati if nothing else.
Receiver on the left, 2 on the right. Drops back. They're going to try the screenplay. It kind of breaks, and Murray's going to use his legs. He's at the 20, the 15. He's at the 10. Gets knocked out of bounds. That could be close to a 1st down, depending on where he got to when they spot the ball. If they spot him inside the 10, which was where it looked like he got out of bounds, they'll mark it at the 10. He looked like he had a step past the 10-yard line to me, but maybe I need glasses.
Going for it, though.
4th and 2, and they're going for it. Couldn't get Portage to step offside, and now the final time.
Portage took a timeout.
In fact, Portage took a timeout with 1:10 here, so they want the ball and want a chance to throw the ball deep. So we're going to take a quick break and hear from our sponsors. 30-0, your score. Mount Horeb leads.
Welcome back to Wisco Radio. Vikings have a 4th and 2 here with Murray taking the field, so they'll elect to not go for the field goal, and we'll send it back to the play-by-play man, Mr. Bryce Hopwood.
Cade, you're something else. 2 or 3 receivers to the left. Murray going to go under center. He'll toss it to Gassman where he's going to reach. If he got to the 8-yard line, he could have a first down. It's all going to depend on the mark. They elected to go with the fake sneak. Hopefully they get a favorable spot here because he should have had it there. Looks like Murray had it on his scramble too, and they'll call an official timeout to look for the chains here. Depending on the spot, that was the nose of the football looks to be on the 8-yard line, so hopefully it should be a first down. This Matt Carpenter hits a 2-run home run for the St. Louis Cardinals. Now the lead is down to 1 for. I always got to be going play-by-play, Kate. I can't not be saying something that's happening in a sports event. They'll stretch it out. It's going to be short. It's going to be short. 1st and 10, Portage. That is darn close. I don't know how favorable of a spot that was. It's definitely close.
Yeah, they say football is a game of inches, and that's about the difference between a 1st and goal and turnover on downs right there.
The length of a pencil, maybe. Who knows? Does anybody, maybe some short hair. A hair. Who knows? You know, I'm surprised I haven't gotten fired from this place yet with some of the weird things I say. Holy goodness. Blaine, if you're listening, I'd consider it. Portage on now with a 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line. Receiver on the right. Blue. And the somewhat gun in more of a pistol formation with tight ends on each side and the split back. Blue hands this one off to the up back. He's around the outside, getting up to the 25. Couldn't barely see him. Cam Krantz on the tackle there. That was taken by number 20, Dylan Golke. Couldn't quite see him. He's a small one out there, is Golke. Stands at 5'9", so just about my height. So yes, I am short. Don't let the shoes throw you off. Made sure they're elevated as we're under a minute now. Blue hands this one off up the middle. He's at the 30, 25, and that's where he'll be wrapped up by Classy. That's Golke again. He'll get a first down after the 12-yard gain.
Yeah, pretty important tackle there by Classy. If he gets past Classy, there's nothing but green ahead of him.
1st and 10 here. Ball is at Portage's own 38, but the clock continues to run. Portage does have a couple timeouts to burn if they choose to. 40 seconds left. Receiver on the right. They'll come out in the same set except a fullback now. And that one goes the toss on the left side, goes for 5 yards, but there is a flag on the play. Should be illegal motion. The fullback there went in motion. And that's, in fact, what it will be. So should not be from the spot of the final play. Should be from the line of scrimmage. There we go. Referee taking those steps back there. 1st and 15. As we slowly get down. Half a minute left here. Exactly. And now we have something going on. Referee picking up his flag. That's what we have going on. But as much as I want to get back to the Brewers, huge baseball guy. If you don't know me, huge baseball guy. So yeah. Also a huge football guy, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm in 3 different fantasy leagues.
Packers opener on Sunday, and then you got the Badger game on Saturday. So
yeah, we got fantasy football starting this weekend. We'll start by honoring those who have fallen during 9/11, as a lot of players are wearing cleats that remember that a tragic day in history, now 15 years ago. As that handoff goes to Golke again, he'll get stopped at the line of scrimmage, but a lot of players have released pictures of the cleats they're wearing, and they're actually very cool. If I encourage everybody to go look, it's very interesting. If you go look, Mohamed Sanu, a wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, has ones that on the inside of the cleats are the Falcons logo and his number in red. And then on the outside is a bald eagle and the American flag. And then on the other side is a picture of the Twin Towers as we hit halftime here. At the end of the first half, the score is Mount Horeb 30 and Portage nothing. We're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll have some halftime stats brought to you by Market. With all that being said, here is a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Wisco Radio. Score here at halftime is 30-0. Your Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings lead in this one. And Clint Murray has stolen the show with 4 total touchdowns, 3 on the ground. He's done a nice job of pulling it out of the hands of Gassman or his other running backs that have been in as well, and kept it himself, dove for the pylon one time, and had a couple other straight shots to the end zone.
Yeah, Murray, the leading rusher for the Vikings tonight, something we haven't seen from him this year, but 12 carries, 86 yards, and you mentioned 3 touchdowns, so great performance from the senior quarterback.
Yeah, he's been using his legs more here tonight. At least that's the way we've been calling it. He's gotten himself out of a couple of sticky situations on scrambles, but he still has a ton of passing yards, 158. Does have the 1 interception, but otherwise, that puts him at 6 touchdowns and 3 interceptions on the year as far as passing go, and he's got 10 total touchdowns, so he's doing a real nice job at quarterback so far this year. It should be more than that. Should be more than that because he had 3 rushing or 2.
5 total rushing on the year.
Yeah, so 5 and then
5
that was
5 passing.
So 11 total touchdowns. So now he's got 11 total touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. So I mean that's a pretty still at 6 touchdowns to the 3 interceptions. That's a good 2-to-1 ratio. A lot of guys that's what they look for. Especially at the upper levels, in college and the NFL. If you can throw 2 or 3 for every one, it's being pretty successful. Of course, you don't want to turn the ball over at all.
Yeah.
But, if you're going to go for a couple touchdowns and, not to mention the ability in the run game, you're gonna have a lot of success, especially when you're, got 30 points tonight, matches the total from last week already. And, they've done a great job at, pounding the ball in there. Clint's used his athleticism. He had some good hands plays already from the receivers. And, of course, the defense has shown up as well. Can't even count on 2 hands how many times we've already said Cam Krantz's number. And he's done a good job as well as Scott Hall and everybody on that whole defensive side. Trent Ballou, the quarterback who came into this one leading the yards in the conference, depending on who's throwing for what elsewhere after this game, you could definitely see Clint Murray with the most passing yards in the conference after this one. So definitely a great thing to see out of Clint Murray this year, and doing a great job of coming in for Max Myler, a 3-year starter, and now Coach Kleppe in his first year as well as a new coach, and they're well on their way to seeing their 4th victory. Of course, you want to, you don't want to chance anything here. You don't want to jinx it, but a healthy lead at halftime always gets you excited.
Yeah, Murray coming in this one averaging 139 passing yards per game and easily on pace to set that. But how many minutes was that just talking right there, do you think, for you?
That was a lot of minutes. I'm trying to work on the lung capacity. Might be a singer one day. I'm not that talented. I don't think nobody wants to hear that on the radio. Electronics does something weird to my voice, I feel like. And I feel like I never sound the same, like me talking and hearing myself to what, like, on a phone call or something. I don't know. It's weird stuff. But definitely no singer. Maybe a rapper. Maybe I could be a rapper. Next Eminem. Next Drake.
Talk fast enough up here, play-by-play, but
yeah, I just need to get some rhythm first. I think that's my deal first.
Back to football now, though.
Yeah, Kate, you got us off track this time. I was talking about the Brewers. At least that was sports. You're talking about singing and dancing and all this other hoopla.
Vikings on the night, 17 first downs compared to Portage's 4, and third down efficiency for MHB, 6 of 8 third down conversions to Portage's 1 of 5. So Vikings outplaying Warriors, are out matching the Warriors offense and defense. So
hopefully we're saying that same thing next week, as Mount Horeb will be in one and key for that one next week. That should be another game of the week from NBC 15. Shoot, that should be the state game of the week, because those are some hefty powers going into that matchup. Mount Horeb was 3rd in D3 going into this one tonight. 41st in the state. So that third was given to them by Travis Wilson of Wisconsin Sports Network. 40th was given to them by Max Preps. And a little known fact, maybe, depending on how often you check maxpreps.com, if you go and check out the varsity website, you'll see in there that Mount Horeb going into this week was 2,090th in the nation on Max Preps. So, when you got to think about, you're out here and you're, watching your team play, and you think about, there's 41 other teams better than us in the state. Well, just think, in the entire nation of all 50 states that play football and have high schools that play football, Mount Horeb is in the top 2,090. That's pretty impressive. All the high schools, you think of how many are in a.
Of course, not sure how they determine that. Obviously, we'll never see a game between like a Mount Horeb Barneville than maybe a school from Los Angeles or something like that. But going off Max Preps, but nonetheless, third in Division III.
Yeah, that's impressive. I think it would be interesting. A lot of times during the last couple of weeks of August, you can sometimes catch games between teams from like Florida and Georgia, teams that are like nationally ranked high school teams, and you can watch them play. And those are a bunch of kids who are going D1, and I like to watch those games because those are definitely some talented guys who can make impacts in the future as far as college football goes. As the dance team heads towards the 50-yard line, is going to dance now after the band played fantastically. But watching those games, I think it would be interesting if we maybe scheduled a game where it was like the first game of the year or something, where the Mount Horeb Barneville Vikings took on maybe a top team from Minnesota or Iowa or Illinois. I think that'd be interesting. I don't know if Coach Kleppe or everybody would be too into that, but I think it would be interesting to see here maybe in the next couple of years, playing at a high level as Mount Horeb always does. Always in the game, and I don't know. I've always thought of that as something interesting to see how we would stack up against those kind of talented teams out there in the nation.
Yeah, moving on to I guess we'll go Wisconsin football, specifically Badger North, Badger South. DeForest is leading by 7 at the half against Baraboo, and Wanakee is now up 21-0 against Reedsburg.
That's not quite as large as I thought it was going to be. Also have Edgewood at 7-0 in the second quarter over Oregon. A little Badger South action. Got to give everybody some love. Monroe, this is an interesting score here. Monroe currently leading Monona Grove 10-7 here in the third quarter. That one's interesting because Monona Grove was the top dog going into this one.
Yeah, I believe Monroe ranked third in the Badger South, but lots of talent on that team. Vikings not unable to see them this year unless see them in the playoffs. I believe they're Division III, but
that wouldn't be until one of the later rounds, I don't think, closer to a second or third level, I believe, would be when we would see them. Or we might, depends on how the regions end up working. I believe they know how the regions and sections are working already, but I don't, it's all dependent on who gets in. Actually, a little other something extra for you listeners is Mount Horeb becomes playoff eligible with a win here tonight. So that's what they're playing for tonight. 4 wins will get you thinking. But that Monroe and Monona Grove game, you have Monroe sitting at 3-0. Wanakee and Mount Horeb also sit at 3-0. So this is interesting if Monroe can keep that, and especially after Monona Grove has been so talented. Losing Torrin Young is big, but they're still supposed to be extremely good this year.
Yeah, almost all these games this year. Obviously, Wanakee the favorited front runner for the Badger North, and Monona Grove initially the favorite for the Badger South, but all these games are up for grabs. We've mentioned countless times, you never know in these high school football games what's going to happen.
Yes. Of course, you don't get a whole lot more competitive than the Badger North, even in the state of Wisconsin. So as we get back, everybody's coming back out on the field. We're going to hear from our sponsors a couple more times here, and then we'll be back for your second half kickoff. Portage will be receiving the second half kickoff. And so without any further ado, here is a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Wisco Radio here, getting set for your kickoff. Chris Pertusati is on the 40-yard line, ready to boot this one away. All those stats we gave you and all those interesting facts were brought to you by Market. They're our halftime sponsor here. Mount Horeb's Custom Apparel Shop. That's over by Pizza Hut, new building. Go ahead and check that out. Pertusati on this way here. Now that I have the oomph in it, the mustard in it, I can't not say it that way. I gotta kind of, just gotta give it that extra. 12 minutes on the clock here, starting this second half. Pertusati gets this one away, and it's gonna bounce and be another touchback. And no time comes off the clock. 12 minutes after that one rolls into the end zone here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's Pertusati's fifth touchback on the kickoff of the start of the second half, and second one on the night, but he's been on so far for on his extra points for the majority of this season. I believe only missing one or two.
He's only missed one, I believe. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Blue drops back to pass, looks right, goes right. This one's caught, and he'll be knocked down. Bama Doyle, haven't said his name too much as far as making tackles, but he's there on the tackle.
Missed two.
What's that?
I said he's missed two, but.
Well, close enough. He's doing pretty good for a freshman kicker there.
Any kicker, he's got 2 or 3 30-yard plus, and as we mentioned, 5 touchbacks. So
yeah, he's got a strong boot. You know, he's here for 4 years. Thankfully, can't leave early for college. Well, I mean, he could if he really wanted to, but you know, that doesn't happen that often. He's not a guy leaving after 1 year like you see in college basketball. He takes this one around the right side and driven back by Scott Hall at the 20-yard line. They gave him an extra yard. They say he got a yard of forward progress. He looked like he didn't even get back to the 20-yard line either. I can't see, or I'm just maybe I'm just getting maybe I need glasses.
Yeah,
3rd and 8.
Binoculars or glasses up here.
Yeah, we had binoculars last year thanks to Brad Richardson. I just never used them because I was like, what do I need those for? But apparently I need them now. Receiver on the left and right, Blue pressured. He's going to get this one away. That one's caught, intercepted. Ryan Cradwell. They'll say it was incomplete. They'll say it hit the turf before anything. And so now it's 4th and 8. Paul will be on to boot this one away for Portage.
Yeah, it looked like Blue might have been hit by one of the ends while he was throwing the ball, and also looked like Cradwell caught that interception, and he thought he did, but officials ruling it incomplete.
Yeah. Cradwell looked like he was
I suppose Cradwell will be the one who would know if he caught it or not, but officials have the final ruling.
Or he's really good at selling it. Paul back at his 10 to boot this one away. And now there's flags flying, 3 yellow hankies. Travis Classy stands at the 47-yard line now. As we'll await this call here. They call it offsides? I don't believe so. They will call it offsides on Mount Horeb, so it's 4th and 2 now.
Yeah, one negative so far in the game is Mount Horeb's had quite a few penalties. Don't have the official total. It's got to be up around 8 or 9, but want to clean those up, especially for the next game at Wanakee.
After the first 2 games, there weren't a whole lot of penalties, but now Mount Horeb has had a lot in these past 2 games, as Paul now stands at about his 15 to boot this one away. Classy at his 40. Low snap, but gathered. This one's up in the air. Kind of a knuckleball. Drops at the 50. Takes a Portage roll to the 45, and that's where Mount Horeb will take over. First team is on there. Clint Murray. I assume this might be one of his last drives here.
Of course, going off what we saw from the Stone game, can switch momentum just like that, too.
You never know. It's not over till it's over, as they say. Murray on here. 3 receivers to the left. Mitch Ryan, the tight end, on the left side, and Brady Gassman's the receiver on the right side. Murray alone in the gun, and now Gassman comes in motion. He'll hand that one to Gassman. He'll try and get her on the left side. He cuts up field now. Gets 2 before he's brought down. 2nd and 8. Starting off with an interesting run there. I think you might go back to the almost touchdown to Mitch Ryan, maybe one of these plays where they had the reverse fake. Gassman threw it up and found Mitch Ryan in the end zone. If he catches him on the run on one here, he would most likely go for 6. Receiver on the left, 2 on the right. Gassman. Now Murray gets it, and it's going to be an offside on Portage. Just jumped the gun. That one is going to be on number 34, Darrell Shepard Jr., the freshman, also one of the running backs for that Portage side. And so now it'll be 2nd and 3. Receiver on the left, 2 on the right. Gassman on the left side of Murray in the gun. Murray drops back, looks left. He's going to go for it all. He's got him over the head of Trey Lobby. Almost. Didn't quite have him, almost had him. It was close. but it's incomplete. Lobby had 3 steps on his defender, had a good separation, 3 or 4 yards there, and now it's 3rd and a long 3.
I like the play call there, though, for Coach Kleppe. You got a 2nd and short, and you're 6 for 8 on 3rd down. Of course, the offensive coordinator probably made that call, but regardless, easy 3rd down to pick up here.
And Gassman spins away and gets across the first down marker. That was at Portage's 44-yard line, spun down to the 42-yard line, where it'll be a Mount Horeb first down. 1st and 10 for Mount Horeb. 2 receivers on the right. Ryan, the tight end on the right side, and 1 receiver on the left. Murray goes over the middle. Mitch Ryan, he's got the catch. He's at the 35, tries to go over man, extends the arm. Mitch Ryan running with a little bit of authority out there. Gets across the first down marker with that long arm stretch. Ball gets down to the 33-yard line, and that's a Mount Horeb first down.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of balls thrown Mitch Ryan's way. Total of 6, and 4 of them receptions for that 1 touchdown and an unofficial total of 47 yards.
Same set there. Handoff goes to Gassman. He'll get to the 30. Depends on the spot. They'll give him 2 to the 31, where it'll be 2nd and 8. Off the field comes Gassman. Now we have an official timeout for Jackson Rose. His sleeve came up over his pad a little bit there. Came up. And now we're ready to go. 2 receivers to the right, 1 on the left. Steinhoff. As this goes to a quick curl route, that's to Trey Lobby. Putting him to the ground there with a little bit of authority. That was Grant Garrigan, 6-foot junior for Portage. He drove him back, but see now, Trey Lobby looks like he caught that ball about 2 yards ahead of where they spotted that ball. And now another Portage player jumps as Mount Horeb was ready to go here. That last catch was a gain of about 5. And now an offside should put this at an automatic first down. And that it will. Ball is at the 21-yard line of Portage. Mount Horeb is driving. 3 receivers to the right. 1 on the left side alone on the tight end is Mitch Ryan. Now Murray drops back, looks left. He's going to roll right. He's going to throw on the run, going for the back of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Trey Lobby. Kept his concentration, as that looked like that was number 4 for Portage. Eric Isaacson almost knocked it down. Lobby somehow kept his eye on the ball, caught the ball. And now with 8:22 left here in the 3rd quarter, it's 36-0.
Got to give a little credit to left side of the offensive line there, Jonas Ignatius and Ben Stousland holding their blocks and giving Murray enough time to make that nice throw.
Pertisati with the extra point there. And we're going to take a quick break. 30-7, your score. Welcome back to Wisco Radio, 37-0, your score. Pertisati. See, I can't not do it now. I have to make sure I got the
Can't not.
Cannot. Double negative. Makes it affirmative. English lesson for you here now. See, we're going all sorts of places. As Pertisati gets this one away, and he's going to watch this one. Paul does go back into the back of the end zone. I have taken up to Spanish 4, not taking it this year. Believe the Pertisati name is Spanish. That's what I've been told, at least. Haven't seen Chris too much around the hallways, however. Haven't been able to get the official lowdown. Because that's what That's what I'm making sure. I like to be correct, that's for sure. As now the second team defense comes on for Mount Horeb. 2 receivers on the right. Blue fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, gets this one off. That one's in and out of the hands. Intended for Isaacson.
Of course, running clock now with a lead here for the Vikings.
2nd and 10 now. Blue runs in from the sideline to give this one to his huddle. Mount Horeb looking to maybe close this one down here. 2 receivers to the left, tight end on the right side. Blue drops back to pass, goes right to that's Golke. He's at the 25. He gets taken down. That's Miles Steinhoff, the tackle there. He got up to about the 27. And so now it's about a 3rd and 3 for Portage.
Yeah, Portage still 1 of 6 on 3rd down. Chance to pick up one here, but not the efficiency I'm sure Coach Sean Stout's looking for.
Ball is on the 28-yard line. They need the 30 for the first down. Blue coming to the line now. Receiver to the right is Isaacson. Now the split back. And they'll hand it to the up back. And the ball is out. Miles Steinhoff there. Many people are falling on the pile there. Golke was the ball carrier. They'll say Portage got back on it. Steinhoff comes up with the ball in his hands. And they're going to say it was Portage ball. So interesting call there. Ball is at the 41-yard line. That ball got fumbled about 6 yards forward. So Steinhoff, despite being one of the first ones there to the party, comes out with it as well. But apparently somebody must have taken it away from him eventually. 2 receivers to the right. Blue drops back, looks right, goes right. That's Golke in the backfield where he'll try to sneak through, get back to the line of scrimmage. On the tackle there, if we can see a number from this far away. Jeepers Criminy. That's 13. Nate Cruz, the outside linebacker, the senior, 6 foot 165 on the tackle. They're going to give it actually a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Blue coming to the line now. Now there's a receiver on the right, 2 on the left. Tight end on the right side, and he's in the short gun. Blue drops back, looks right, goes right, over the middle. This one's intended. It's incomplete, intended for Garrigan. On the play there was Michael Larson, the 5'10 junior, out of his hands. Blue overthrew him. Larson was there, had a step behind him, and was incomplete. 3rd and 11 now. For Portage, they're going to need this one. 2 receivers to the left, 1 on the right. Again in the short gun. Blue drops back, looks right. Now he'll roll to his left. He flips it up. That one's completed at the 50, the 45-40, the 35-30 taken down. On the tackle there for Mount Horeb was Jack Fry. That one was completed to Gabe DeAsto, the 6'3 junior.
That was a nice throw there from Blue, thrown across his body on the move.
And with that one gets down to the Mount Horeb 29. I believe that's the deepest they've been in Mount Horeb territory all game. Maybe one of the first times across the 50 even. Receiver on the right and left, tight end on the right side, a fullback and Golke in the backfield. Blue hands off to Golke up the middle. He gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there is Cruz. Also on the stop, number 41, Tyler Dino. Dino, the junior. Cruz, the senior there.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Excuse me, Dino's a sophomore. What am I doing? He always looks older. That's my bad. I apologize. Jeez. He lives right next to me. He's going to be mad about that. If Mom and Papa Dino are listening, I apologize.
Hang on, so didn't I just have class with Dino today? I don't think he's a junior.
Dang it, Cade. Why didn't you say something sooner? Blue drops back to pass, looks left. He's going to go for it all. And that one's out of the reach for number 12, the intended receiver, Nolan Paul, the junior. And incomplete on the coverage was Jack Fry. And now it's 3rd and 10. Mount Horeb leading 37-0 with 3:18 here in the third quarter left. The running clock never stops. Doesn't quit. Portage comes out, 2 receivers to the right, and a split back. Blue drops back to pass. Looking right, he's going to go right. Intended for Paul, overthrown, incomplete. 4th and 10 for Portage. They're going to need this one now. Looking to get the first points on the board for the night.
Yeah, cooled down a little bit here tonight, too, down to 66 degrees.
It is. I was warm up here, took the long sleeves off, and now I got some short sleeves on. It's a little chilly up here. 4th and 10 now. Receiver to the right, 2 on the left. In the gun is Blue. Tight end on the right side. Blue drops back, looks left. Coming with nobody blocking, untouched was Thad Brinkman. His first sack of the year. The senior. A great play coming around the edge there. 6 foot, 165. Made an athletic play. Turnover on downs. Where Mount Horeb takes over on their own 37-yard line.
Coach Kleppe fired up after that one, but what else do you expect from him?
Oh, yeah, that guy brings more energy than a nuclear reaction plant. That's a... Put that one in the books. Write that one down. I might have to use that one again another time. Seriously, I got my pen right here. I'm going to put that one down. Receiver on the left, 2 on the right for Clint Murray, who's back out on offense. They'll take the snap and give it to Gassman up the middle. Gets back to the line of scrimmage down to the 40-yard line, where it'll be a gain of 3 for a first down gain of 3.
Gassman, the ball carrier.
2nd and 7 now.
Gain of 3 on the play brings up 2nd.
Everybody looking for the play there. So we're starting to get a bunch of... If you're on Twitter and you like your high school football scores, I also encourage you to go to it's at football WSN. The WSN is capitalized. It's the Wisconsin Sports Network. And they have all your football scores, so whether it's D1, D2, D3, or even some of the 8-man football scores, you can go ahead and check some of those out as this one goes to Steinhoff, who carries a defender with him.
Baraboo is now beating DeForest 27-21 in the fourth quarter.
That would be an interesting game, as on the tackle there for Portage was Aaron Brower. A gain of 2, so now it's 3rd and 5. That would be an interesting game to see where that one goes. Milton leading Sauk 21-14 now. Also, 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, and Murray in the gun. He'll fake the handoff, roll to his right. Now he's going to roll back to his left. He's going to get a nice block there. Now he's got to let this one go. This one's going for it all, and it's incomplete. That one was intended for number 14, John Dyke. And that's the third quarter. After the third, the score is 37-0. Mount Horeb leads. With that, we're going to hear from our sponsors again. This is Wisco Radio. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wisco Radio. After 3 quarters, the score is 30-7-0. Mount Horeb is leading.
After the third quarter, Wanakee 21-0 over Reedsburg.
Reedsburg, if they don't score any points, they would get shut out on this 4th and 5. Mount Horeb's going to punt away.
Of course, with the DeForest and Reedsburg loss, that would put the Mount Horeb win. That would put them in second. in the Badger North.
Murray gives a great spiral punt, drops at the 20, and gets touched at about the 18. And that's where Portage will come on and start another drive. But what I was trying to say, couldn't quite spit it out. I was trying to watch Murray give off that great punt. If Reedsburg does not score any points, that would be the third of 4 games that they would be shut out, scoring their first points last week in that win for them. 1st and 10 for Portage at the 19 is the official spot. Portage comes out, Paul on the left side, Isaacson on the right, Golke in the backfield. This one is a handoff to Golke. He gets a couple. There on the stop. Wrapping up was Miles Zach Schinke, the senior. I thought that was number 23, however, it's 33. Number 7, Dom Kruger making a play up there as well. Did they just give another update on that Barrabuda Forest score? Or did you just say that one? 27-21?
Yep.
All right, just making sure. I'm late. You're better than I am, Cade. You got faster technologies. Nolan Paul catches that one, sheds a tackle. Gets wrapped up after getting the first down. Dino on the tackle. 1st and 10 on that gain of about 9. Ball is on Portage's own 33-yard line. And they'll have a receiver to the right and left. Tight ends on either side. And the split back. One on the left a couple yards behind Ballou. Now this one is intended incomplete. A quick pass there. Intended for Isaacson. On the coverage for Mount Horeb was Nick Cassidy at the corner spot. The junior. Now it's 2nd and 10 as this clock continues to run with 9:45 left here.
Vikings defense has been doing a good job holding Nolan Paul to minimal gains. As we mentioned, the pregame 4 touchdowns coming into this one. And Ballou, the quarterback, 642 yards and 6 touchdowns himself. So this secondary is holding pretty strong.
Ballou is going to hand this one off to Golke. He's up at the 35, makes a move at the 40. He's at the 45, jukes back to his left. He's at the 50, gets down across the Mount Horeb 50 to the 47. 1st and 10. Dino with the tackle. Another one for him here. He's playing a good game right here so far. As we have a 1st and 10, I believe this is now the second time that Portage has reached Mount Horeb territory. And going back to last game, that game for Portage, Paul was targeted 23 times, had 15 catches. As this one's going to toss around the left side to Golke, gets across the 45 down to the 40 where the ball may look to have come out, or just everybody for Mount Horeb was making the tackle.
Yeah, Golke coming on here, averaging 10 yards per carry.
He's got a gain of 7 there.
About 7 or 8 carries too, so.
They're playing well, that Portage team is, but Mount Horeb playing just a little better. Receiver on the right. Now officials blowing the whistle. The 2nd down. Ballou with split backs behind him, a receiver to the right, tight ends on either side. Ballou hands this to the up back Golke, and now he's got a lane, but he gets down to the 30, cross it to the 27, and that's where Jack Fry makes a tackle. Dale Shepard Jr., the freshman. Aaron Brower, the freshman. They're almost the same guy, just the number is different. Both stand at 5'8", both are freshmen. Both are just about the same weight. Receiver on the right, split backs again, same formation. Ballou hands this one off to Golke. He's got a lane up the middle. He's at the 20. He tries to shed a tackler, keeps going. Gets across the first down marker, gets a couple extra, close to the 15-yard line. They'll mark him at the 16.
Portage putting together a pretty nice drive on right here.
Yeah, they're looking to score some points here. Threatening in the red zone now. First time they've been there all night.
7 plays and 65 yards.
Not a bad drive at all. Receiver on the left, tight ends on either side, the split back again. This one goes around the edge to Golke. He goes up the middle. He's at the 5. That's where he'll get stacked up and driven around. Smaller Golke trying to maneuver his way around. Gets down to about the 5, a first down and goal now at the 5. Looks like they're going to try and power this one off in here. Maybe go off tackle here, as they just did. That seems like it'd be the ideal play as far as that goes. And now a timeout is called from Mount Horeb. So with that, we're going to hear from our sponsors quick. 6:33 remains in this one, 30-7-0. Mount Horeb leads. Welcome back here to Wisco Radio after that timeout. First and goal at the 5. Yeah, Wanakee. Looks like they're
28-0.
Yep, that looks like they're going to hold on in that one. And Stone and Fort Atkinson. Stone's got 16 points to Fort Atkinson's 10 with 6.5 minutes remaining in that one. Now receiver on the left in the split backs. They'll go around off tackle to Golke. He was wrapped up. He got halfway there, though. He's at about a 2nd and 2 on the goal. Sounds like some of these games are good and some of the others are not so close as far as Badger North and Badger South play goes. As Sauk Prairie's tied it up here in the 4th quarter against Milton at 21.
Second and goal.
We'll
hopefully get an update on the Baraboo to Forest game. That's a pretty big one going on right now.
That one goes up the middle. He'll be wrapped up. That looked to have been Rem Edwards.
I think Nate Cruz was on that tackle. The senior called his names quite a few times so far here, too.
Yeah, guy seems to be a ball hawk. And we're trying to get updates now from this Monona Grove game. With about 56 seconds left in that one. I believe it's a close game. Haven't seen too much as far as an actual physical score, though, right now.
Final, Monroe 10, Monona Grove 7.
Wow, that's a heck of a final there. You, if you're in the Badger South right now, you're thinking Monroe is the real deal as Portage gets in for the score there. That was Golke on the carry. And now Portage just put up their first points, 37-6. This clock is stopped at 5:22 in the 4th quarter as they're on for the extra point. The snap, the hold, it's up. It's going to just curve in and be good. That was Brett Walker, the freshman, making that one. And so with that, we're going to hear another quick word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Wisco Radio now. 37-7 the score. Mount Horeb leads, and with now it being only at 30, I believe the running clock stops. In fact, it does. So Mount Horeb, I'd assume you're going to see them be running the ball here. But this one's going to have to be booted away. Haven't seen Portage kick it off since the first opening kickoff for the game here. 67 Walker Voigt, the sophomore, on to boot this one away. And now they're getting ready to set this one away. 5:22 remains in this one. And Voigt will give it a little squib up the middle. This one will be picked up At the 15, across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, breaking a tackle. At the 45, getting tripped up from behind. That's number 84, Isaiah Matthews, with a heck of a return there.
Nice to see the fellow sophomore making a play like that.
Another sophomore. Is he a junior? That's a joke. That's a joke. I know he's a sophomore. 4:55. They actually keep the running clock. Interesting. I didn't believe that the running clock, I thought it was only as long as it was 35 in the fourth quarter, but it's 30 now. Seems to be. Maybe I'll have to touch up on my stuff there. As Luke Hagelin is in as the backup quarterback there, and number 22 for Mount Horeb, Kai Kelscher, gets a couple yards on that one. Gets about 4, 2nd and 6. Coach Kleppe still calling everything out there, trying to make sure everything's being run through well. 2 receivers to the right, 1 on the left. Hagelin gives to Kelscher, slips as he got the handoff. Ball is at the 47 where he got tackled right around the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1. 3rd down now. Hagelin getting the calls from the sideline. Now, see, when there was a little bit of a breeze earlier is when it was a little cooler. Now it's nice without the breeze. 2 receivers to the right, 1 on the left, tight end on the right side. Hagelin drops back to pass, looks right. He's going to go. He's going long. This one's up in the air, and it's incomplete. That one falls to the ground. Going up for it was 18 Drew Paulson. He was real close to that one, and now we'll have a 4th down and 7 for Mount Horeb. This clock continues to run. It's down to 3:20. As Mount Horeb will be on. Maybe they'll be going for it here. They won't boot it away. They might just go for the quick drop boot. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to have Paulson, the intended receiver on the last play, go and punt this one away. Takes the low snap, rolls to his right. Gets this one away, and it's blocked by Portage. They're trying to fall on that one, and they will. That one's blocked at the 46-yard line. Trying to see who comes up with it for Portage.
Yeah, Paulson going with a rugby-style kick there. Hesitated and get the number here, but stuck his hand out and blocked it.
Looks like it was Jack Carpellenia, the junior, 6 foot 215, got through there, made the play. And that's where Portage will take over. 37-7 the score, though, with 2:15 left on the clock. Still running down here. 1st and 10 on Mount Horeb's 46. And now running onto the field is Portage. They're going to put in their second teamers as well. Receiver on the left and right, split back again. And this is under center now, a false start. And that quarterback, that is for Portage, Brett Walker, the man who just kicked the extra point. Now it's a 1st and 15.
1st and 15.
This one as a receiver on the left, receiver on the right. And the split back behind Walker. Walker takes the snap, fumbles the snap. It's on the ground. It's loose. Mount Horeb saying they have it. We'll see what the official call is. And they're going to say Mount Horeb jumped on it. Couldn't see who it was in the pile, but somebody jumped on it. And with 1:08 left, they're going to take over. I would assume the winning formation is on here, and they're going to call the knee. 1st and 10, ball at Portage's 47. And, of course, you just need one knee here to finish it all. The winning formation is all you need here. We'll go out and run one more play. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hagelin in the gun, gets the low snap, hands it off to Kelscher. Tries to go up the middle, can't. Maybe got one. As now we tick down to 24-23. And now everybody on the Mount Horeb side really getting into this one. 2nd and 10. And I believe they don't need to run a play for this one to be over. Everybody getting set here. They're going to run one more. Receiver to the left, receiver to the right. Hagelin in the gun. Gives off to Kelster. He's around the left side. He's at the 45. Puts his head down. Rolls over number 31 on Portage's side, Dylan Casey, the junior. And that run will end this one. 37-7, the final score here in Mount Horeb. Another win. You can chalk that one up for Coach Ryan Kleppe, now 4-0 in his very short 10 years so far here in Mount Horeb. Clint Murray is a starting quarterback, moves to 4-0 as well. And another great game from Mount Horeb. We're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to have your Hops House player of the game and some post-game stats. This is Wisco Radio. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wisco Radio. Final score here, 37-7. Mount Horeb getting the victory. Portage's touchdown coming late in this one. Mount Horeb playing another full game here, moving to 4-0, 1-0 in the Badger Conference. They would be a game behind Wanakee when Wanakee comes out with a win against Reedsburg tonight. They're up 28-0 at last check. That was in the fourth quarter as well. So we'd assume next week would be a battle for the one spot. I would assume you're going to see it on NBC 15 as the game of the week. Of course, it will be the Wisco Radio game of the week as well. Another good night for Mount Horeb. Clint Murray scoring or assisting in all 5 touchdowns, throwing for 2, and running for the other 3. And the other 2 points coming courtesy of Mike Holum in the special teams unit again. He falls on the punter who fell on the ball after a bad snap in the end zone. And that's how the 37 were scored. Another just a full game. I mean, you can analyze it and you can look at what Mount Horeb did all right, and you can look at what they did wrong, which is, virtually nothing. Maybe the one interception that probably just slipped out of Murray's hands. I don't think he intended to throw it that high and let guys get under it. He looked like he wanted to sling it about 40 yards down the field when it only went up in the air, probably about 40. But nonetheless, another great game for Murray at quarterback, and he's looking real good.
Yeah, and it's not like he's just got one target either. 4 different receivers, according to my stats, with over 45 yards. And you mentioned Murray, the Hops House player of the game, 14-21, and reaching his total average of 193 yards in this game. And it's the all-around well-played game for the Vikings. Brady Gaspin having another nice game with about 100 rushing yards on 19 carries with a long of a 22. So,
yeah, not only that, but a couple more tackles for him as far as defensive side of the ball goes. And Mount Horeb just getting another win. Everybody playing on both sides, a lot of guys at least, and doing their parts.
Secondary only allowed 6 completions too from Ballou, and
he was the leading as far as yards go. He was the leading quarterback in the Badger North. So with this game and Ballou's unofficial 65, Clint Murray should be the leading quarterback in the Badger North after this week, depending on how Wanakee did. I believe their quarterback was 3rd, and he still was about 100 or so behind Clint Murray, who was in that 2nd place. So another great win. Those who made it possible, Grumpy Troll, just some of those at least. Grumpy Troll, Land's End, and PlayN Wisconsin. Some great people and sponsors. Grumpy Troll, whatever the occasion, the Grumpy Troll is the perfect location to meet friends, family, or business associates. Located at 105 South 2nd Main Street in Mount Horeb, the 2nd level is home to Grumpy Troll's award-winning specialty pizza, including Cosmic Swirl, Piggy Pie, and the traditional Grumpy Troll pizza. Stop in today. Land's End, with the kids back at school, you actually have a little bit of extra time on your hands, which is why you may be thrilled to hear that Land's End just started hiring people to work part-time in their customer care and distribution centers, both days and evenings. How do you apply? It's easy. Just go to landsend.com/jobs. landsend.com/jobs. See you at Land's End. And lastly, but not least, PlayN Wisconsin. Why not have the home court advantage all the time? PlayN Wisconsin is your source for the largest selection of basketball hoops at the lowest prices. Superior quality your family can grow with right outside your door. Come in and try it first at PlayN Wisconsin, Parmenter Street in Middleton, or at PlayNWisconsin.com. That's PlayN, the letter N, Wisconsin.com. Thank you to all of our sponsors. And as you mentioned, Cade, the Hops House player of the game, Clint Murray, accounting for all 5 touchdowns for Mount Horeb tonight. And next time you can hear from us will be on Wednesday for the Viking Report. Between then, there's a boys' soccer game, I believe is at home. That's on Tuesday. They're currently in the Wisconsin Dells playing a little weekend tournament kind of deal. I believe Girls golf also has something, and cross country runs in River Valley tomorrow morning. Our own Dan Linz will be there in River Valley running at that course. I believe maybe is it Monday? Maybe it's Tuesday. Who knows? Yeah, Tuesday girls golf is in DeForest for that one. So go ahead, listen to the Viking Report. We'll have your recap from the last little bit. Colleen Nessheim here in the booth. I was talking Wednesday about getting Colleen in for an interview. Is she willing to give us a few words right at the moment? Is she busy? On the spot, she's ready. Kate, if you want to switch out the headset here. Perfect timing, actually. If you didn't get a chance to hear the Wednesday Viking Report, we talked about getting Colleen on as soon as possible and kind of talk about some things, but how about that game tonight?
Hey, how about that game? How fun was that? I think it's a record time, too. I looked at my clock. It was 9:15, and we were done. That never happens in Mount Horeb.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a great thing.
Heck yeah, another win for Mount Horeb.
37-7, running clock.
Hey.
That's good.
That's the second one of the year. That's 2 of 4 there.
Yes, it was good. Good crowd. Great tribute to Tyler Oymon before the game. Very impressed with our fans and with everybody in attendance for that, and that was pretty nice. So great way to end the night. Yeah,
that was a very special thing. And now next week we're in Wanakee.
Let's go.
Let's go. You're pretty excited for that one. You see him all sorts of jacked up.
4-0 and 4-0, right?
4-0 and 4-0.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Let's see. A win there would put Mount Horeb at the top of the Badger North conference.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
We'll see. Yep. And then we're back here in 2 weeks for homecoming.
Yes, we are. That's against Reedsburg.
We've got 2 great games coming up. Yes. DeForest, actually.
DeForest is homecoming.
Yes.
Girls volleyball has Reedsburg.
There you go.
That's what I had.
I believe DeForest, last time I checked, was also losing.
Did we have a final on that, Kate?
Kate, do we have a final on that game?
Not yet, but I think they're close too.
Who was our player of the game tonight? I missed that.
Our player of the game was Clint Murray. Counted for all 5 touchdowns, the 3 rushing, and the 2 passing.
Right.
So
excellent. Good job.
Heck of a night for
Clint.
DeForest
they did come back. Okay.
DeForest beats Baraboo by 1, so that's an interesting little shake now. I believe they go to 2-0. And Badger North play. Mount Horeb moves to 1-0 as well, and 4-0 on the season. Coach Kleppe doing a great job so far.
I knew he would. He's our man. He's doing a great job. Really happy with what we're seeing.
Well, good. Soon we'll have you on again, and we can get a real formal interview going.
Because
we want to know more about how that first year went last year as the AD.
Okay.
So
yeah, we have lots to talk about. There's so much good stuff going on in our school right now. I'd love to talk. We've got the golfers on a roll. Our volleyball team. We had a packed house last night for that. So much fun up in our gym for a volleyball game. So let's talk sometime.
We'll talk.
Okay.
So thank you, Miss Nessheim.
Thank you. I love my Wisco Radio.
Oh, she does. Trust me, folks. I don't know if you've ever seen the pictures.
I'd like to give a shout out to Adrian, wherever she is right now.
Yes.
Wisco Radio's very own Adrian, wherever you are, Adrian. And all my friends, thank you very much for listening. I'll give it right back to you.
All right. Thank you, Colleen. Jeez, we should maybe get her up here for some play-by-play. She's good at that. Another great game. Of course, Mama Bestel, Adrian, the mom of this whole show here at Wisco Radio. Of course, a thank you to her. Blaine, let's see, it's 9:30. Talked to him earlier. He's a part of the owner, establisher of all this, and part of the Wisconsin band. He said, talked to him earlier. He said he's got bed at about 8 o'clock, 8:30 to get up at 5:30 for band practice before tomorrow's game against Akron for the Badgers. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, Blaine's father, Todd Bestel, too. But speaking of the Badger game, I believe our own Dan Linz is going to be at Band Day at that game. So
it's Mount Horeb's Band Day.
Yeah, Mount Horeb and among a bunch of other schools send their bands, and they get to perform for the packed house at Camp Randall. And then, of course, on Sunday, Packers-Jaguars.
Of course. You don't have to talk about Packers-Jaguars around me because I'll just talk your ear off about fantasy football. Also, though, we should mention that our own Cam Cole and Scott Underwood are also in that Badger band from last year. If you took a listen there on some of those basketball games and some of those early football games as well too. So a lot of actually former Mount Horeb students are in that Wisconsin band now. But nonetheless, 37-7 the final score. We're gonna get out of here. You can hear us on Wednesday at 6 o'clock for the Viking Report, recapping everything, especially this win, and we'll of course go very in depth for that Waunakee game next week in Waunakee. So without much more to say, Cade, what do you got?
I'm Wisconsin, and go Pack go.
Hey, and go Vikings. We'll see you on Wednesday.